What's up, guys? So this is the Dark World deck that I took to my OTS championship. Unfortunately, I finished 5th place. I was just out of the top cut. I made a mistake in my first round that gave me a loss. If I hadn't made that mistake, I would have come first or second. But so essentially, in my round 1, I had already won the game, but I summoned an extra time when I didn't need to, which made me play into Nib, which I knew my opponent had as well, but I just forgot. So me misplaying a free win, but yeah, whatever. But this deck is really good. I think Dark World is really well positioned, and if I was going to Dortmund, I would consider this deck as well. I do think it's got a lot of advantages. So starting off with the list, I go for the hand loop. I think in Dark World you always should be playing hand loop, and it simply comes down to the fact that in Dark World, if you can combo, you can hand loop. You can build a board, you can hand loop. And if you have the ability to build a board, you also have the ability to hand loop, and hand looping is always going to be superior. Then on top of that as well, hand looping gives you a sort of unfair way to just kind of avoid a lot of BS. You avoid a lot of the mental work of kind of interacting with your opponent and stuff, because you just put them on better hand traps, better have the right hand traps as well. So no one's really made deck in draw right now, and cards like Ash, like one Ash a lot of times won't stop Dark World. My advice to you if you're playing against Dark World is hit them early. Just hand trap one of the first things they do, one of the first Dark Worlds they search with. Unfortunately, that's about it. Nib is okay into Dark World, but you have to nib carefully, and they can play around it. I had an opponent nib me today, so it's like I made my summons, he nibbed me, but I had extra resources, so it didn't matter, and I kept in my hand. So that was like, after he nibbed me, I just carried on comboing, and so I still looped him for 4 after being nibbed. Now, another thing that I think makes Dark World really good is the ability to play Lava Golem. Lava Golem is so good into Unchained. The ability to kind of just tribute off their board, turn off their trap, turn off everything is crazy. And then on the flip side, you can play Eradicator and Skill Drain. So you can play the viruses and you can play Skill Drain, which is really good. The viruses are obviously unfair, and you're always going to draw into them, or you're going to set them off tasking. And then Skill Drain, you go first. So like post side, you know everyone's going to side in Trolls and Shifter and blah blah. So post siding, you side in all 3. You just flip Skill Drain your opponent. This deck plays superbly under Skill Drain, because obviously very few actual Dark World effects on board. So you just kind of turbo through your deck, keep popping their cards and keep attacking. It's very good. And then I'm not playing it here, but obviously Dweller. Dweller's a really good card right now, and you can play that in Dark World for free. It's so easy to get out. So putting all of this together makes Dark World really good. I do think this is a great deck to play. There's also a deck I would say as well that Dark Ruler is actually good in. So Dark Ruler is good against Unchained if your deck can clear a board. Like, it's good against pretty much everything if your deck can clear the board for free. So if you're playing like Branded, if you're playing Dragons, if you're playing Dark World, Dark Ruler is good, because all of these decks have different ways of just clearing the board. So Dragons can just make Boral End and clear your board. Branded can just make loads of fusions, clear your board. Dark World is going to make loads of Graphopops and big bodies and clear your board. But in those situations, Dark Ruler is absolutely amazing. But guys, this is my build. Let me know what you think. Give this deck a try. I don't know why. It's because I'm not going to Dortmund. That's why I'm recommending that everyone play Dark World hand loop. But I do think this is actually a really good sleeper deck, and I don't think people will be expecting it. You have great matchups. Into Flunder as well. Your Flunder matchup is free, because that is another deck that you don't care about anything they do. You don't need to normal summon, so it's very easy to play around them. But guys, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.